I could only go live when they tell me I'm going live, but I'm Joe Tarosian, and this is a weird one. This is Joe T, the Joe T Books, Joe Tarosian's books page, and so I'm not everybody. If you're in it, you're in it, and I want to say thank you for that. But it's going to be the first. It is the first of the month, and so I've been encouraged. I've been encouraged to just talk a little bit more about my books. I'm flattered, but it was someone said it's a better marketing plan than just saying, "Hey, guy, here's my book," and walking away. But yeah, my name is Joe Tarosian, and for those of you that have supported me in purchasing my books, thank you so much. You know me from my sports writing days at the Mid Valley Sports, Mid Valley News, and a few other places. And so, about 5 years ago, actually 5 years ago, I left the Mid, and I just kind of focused on my church work because I am a pastor at a church in Burbank, and I started just doing that, and my side gig was writing the books. And I went through a couple of different phases where it was like, okay, are you going to go through a general publisher, or are you just going to use the audience you have? And for me, I didn't like being told what to do all the time. I mean, we were already doing that when I was working at the newspaper. When people tell you, okay, hey, you got a football game you got to cover, but you know what? That badminton game is really important. I wanted to write at this point what I wanted to write, and I didn't want to be told what to do. So I do have another book coming out in about a week or so, called "The Pastor Who Couldn't Wait for Christmas to Be Over," and I'm looking forward to getting that one out. It's the draft, everything's all finished, everything's done. We're just working on some cover stuff and going through the processes. But again, I write this and I say this, I share this because I've been supported so well, and I just wanted to say thank you, and then do what I've been asked to do, which is share the books that I've written about. And maybe I'll do other videos where I talk specifically about them. And so I'll just go do them in order. And my first book was Tangent Dreams, and I wrote that when I was still at the Mid. And this book did really well. If I just kept writing football, maybe I'd be better off today. But this book's Tangent Dreams, and it's written in the first person, and it's an account of a fictional high school called West El Monte Poly on Flair Drive in El Monte, and talks about a season playing football. Story of Fred X and Dale Hansdradi, and did really well. And it covers a whole high school football season. So if you want to check that out, that's this book. It was fun to write, but it was hard to write because I spent 20 years writing about football. And when I sat down to write a book about a football season and talking about the insides of the game, I realized there was a lot I didn't know that I had to learn. So Tangent Dreams. Also, all these covers are done by Pat Cherry. Pat Cherry is my cover guy, and I've had more people compliment me about my book covers than my actual writing ability. But I wanted to put that there. All these books are available on Amazon. My second book is my favorite book. It's called The Dead Bug Tales, and this covers a week at camp. And so what I did was I took every camp story I heard at church camp, and I kind of just pushed them all in here. And it's a week at camp in the summer of 1991. Some of those things happened to me, but a lot of those things happened to other people. It's not a first-person story. It's multiple character, and it is just a week at camp. And it's probably labor of love because I spent 11 years as a youth pastor, and I'm still involved at camps at Granite Ridge, which we're having a winter camp in January. You should check it out. But this is my favorite book. It's available. All my books are available hard copy or paperback, and ebook, Kindle form. There you go. And we are working on beginning the process of doing some audio. But The Dead Bug Tales reads a little different than some other books because, like I said, there's so many characters, but it's characters that we just introduced and I reintroduce later on over time. So, Dead Bug Tales, there you go. For my church, I've been at my church in Burbank for over 20 years. And I spent 11 years prior to that as a youth pastor right here in Temple City. And I wrote a lot of what we would call just devotional type stuff, material. And one time someone said, Joe, you should put it in a book. And I did a quick turnaround. And we did Faith Views for Storm Riders. And I published it around the time that we were running a Monday night Bible study with our students. and we were calling in Riders on the Storms. And this is just 31 devotionals for a month that you can check out. Really thin, small book here, and it's called Faith Views for Storm Riders. This book did well too. Awesome cover. Pat Cherry really did an awesome job with this cover here, and so you can check it out on Amazon. There you go. And then my fourth book was The Dark Norm, and this was probably the hardest book to write because I had to go back and look at my youth. It's based on a short story I wrote, believe it or not, back in 1982. I had written a 7-page short story for a friend. He was in an upper level English class, and I was in a lower level English class because I didn't go to class. And part of the class assignment was he had to write a short story. He didn't want to do it. I said, give me $5 and I'll write it for you. And the basis of those 5 to 7 pages was The Dark Norm. And over time, I expanded it. And it's a short book. It's not really long, but it deals with the subject of bullying and its effects. And this was personal because I saw a lot of the things that happened in this book. And it really kind of shamed me in many ways because I didn't do anything in those days to stop what I saw. We just laughed, or we just kind of pretended we didn't see it. And so this one's a kind of a personal book a little bit. Like I said in the prologue to it, or the foreword, I didn't do any of the kicking, the pushing, or do anything, but I witnessed it. And so The Dark Norm has got some really good reviews online at Amazon. There you go. Also available in Kindle. Pat Cherry, right? Pat Cherry did another great cover here. That's the old El Monte High School with the old Lion's Den. And then you got Darren Bradford, who's the lead character, sitting there in his varsity jacket, looking at the Lion's Den. So good book. Check that out. And then after that, I went back, to a smaller book, sorry, and I wrote Temple City Company of the Ages, which is not a sequel to Tangent Dreams. Characters that are in Tangent Dreams kind of get mentioned and appear here in Temple City Company of the Ages. And this is an ode to Temple City football. It's not what it used to be, but one of the things that I kind of wanted to get across was what it was like to cover football in Temple City, let alone I didn't play football in Temple City. And so it's kind of a different story. I've had non-football people read this story and tell me they liked it. You've got your quarterback here named Anthony Ledesma, who was a character, a very small minor character in Tangent Dreams, and he transfers high schools and he plays at Temple City the following season. And the Company of the Ages are the remnant, kind of like the ghosts from past, as you can see. Pat Cherry's wonderful work. This is right from the Temple City locker room. And it takes advantage of 3 former Temple City quarterbacks, Riley Saxon, Morgan Hatch, and Matt Malzinski. So if you get on a chance to check that out, this book did very well in terms of sales and such. And I got a lot of compliments on it from non-football people. So different kind of book. Check that one out. And then finally, my book that I released last year at this time was Sin Virus. I do make some brief allusion to some characters from the Deadbug Tales. This is more of a future dystopian type of novel, and it's available on Kindle and everything else. And Pat Cherry did an awesome cover here. And Sin Virus, it's kind of think The Walking Dead meets Christianity. And it's a dystopian universe, post-apocalyptic, you want to say. But think of Walking Dead meets Christianity, because I was watching the show and had some theological thoughts pop in my head. And this book is got some good reviews. It is a little long, sorry, but it's a fast read. My friends will tell you it's a fast read. It just looks long. But if you want to check that one out, it is a good read, and I'm happy to answer questions and stuff about that. So I just want to say thank you again for everyone that allows me to do this, and the support, that encouragement I get from folks. Places like Temple City, the Temple City group here on Facebook, that allow me first day of every month to post something, and I'm going to put this there. Thank you so much for allowing me just to share my work. And If you have any questions or anything you want to ask me, I'm always happy. I think I've got I've got at least 2 or 3 writers that are doing far better than me, and but I got to say that I kind of gave them their start. So if you have any questions about writing or anything, I don't have all the answers. I'm not going to tell you how to make $1 million. I write more to clear my soul, to clear my thoughts out of my head, so I can sleep better at night than I do thinking I'm going to make $1 million. It's not about making $1 million. It's about getting the words on the page and getting them out. And now is a marvelous time in history to get that done. And you don't have to think that, oh, I don't know anything or I'm not that good. There's all kinds of tools around to help you with your grammar and help you with everything else. And there's ways to get published. And if you got a good voice in your writing, people are gonna find you. But get those stories churned out. I'm happy to answer those questions. Man, I went 10 minutes. Okay. Hey, that's about it, but I just wanted to get that stuff out. I might do this once a month. I got enough going on with RamView, which is my sports broadcast, and then of course I'm on at least twice a week with my church, Burbank Faith Virtual. But if you like it, hit hit share. I'd be happy to just interact with you. I got a viewer. I didn't know there was going to be any viewers tonight. If you're watching, leave a comment. Thank you for your reactions. I got to go because you got stuff to do and I got stuff to do too. I got to get back to the football game. All right. God bless. Take care. And I will talk to you soon.